Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. And today we have a special guest, Director of Veteran Service down at City Hall, Mr. Michael Sweeney. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you, McCall? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. So there's a lot happening in the world right now as far as a veteran service. You guys obviously had to adjust in how you do this year's veteran service from the normal City Hall service you do this year. Just talk about the adjustments that you guys have made in the planning of the service.
Well, we were really lucky to have the resources we do here in Lynn. Mayor McGee, the council, and our health department, Michelle Dismerits, really helped us walk through a lot of the problems that any town across the Commonwealth is having. One of the things that I think we use as a resource that we're really proud of is the Lynn English Marine Corps Junior ROTC. Sergeant Major Oswald and those cadets over there, they're just willing to do whatever they can, and that's how this came to bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you talk about, you guys did a service a couple weekends ago at Manning Field just in order to get ready for November 11th. Just talk about that, just having them put that together and how they were able to just pull it off in the way they did it.
Yeah, and that's where I want to give complete credit to Sergeant Major Oswald and his crew over there. They really did all the heavy lifting. They just asked us if they could do it. What we were able to do was work with Rich Avery and get it over in the from the city to get use of Manning Field. And once we had that, they ended up working with us in the mayor's office. And again, I mentioned the health department. Michelle Dismerits was awesome, giving them the do's and the don'ts. And once they knew what they were doing, they set it up, and they were able to bring in someone called Dan Clark. People may know him. He's called Singing State Trooper to perform. So what we wanted to do was have it so that even though we can't all come together on Veterans Day to put something together that everyone can enjoy and understand that the city is recognizing veterans and their service on a day like that. We did something similar in terms of a virtual program on Memorial Day where we read the names of the fallen from the auditorium. And I think that's was where the genesis of this idea came from. Sergeant Major Oswald wanted to do something with his cadets, and actually ended up having about 35 kids out there. Everyone spaced, and you were there tonight to come out and cover it for us. Thanks so much. And I think it was a testament to the city. I think it was really great, and to the veterans that are here.
Yeah, that was one thing that was really intriguing, and how they were able to pull it off was they were still able to maintain the social distance and trying to keep safe, because normally with how they do stuff, the demonstrations and the performances they have, they're all, they're close together. But the way they were able to pull this off and maintain the social distance was really good, was really well.
Right, and I think he part of the discipline of that the whole junior ROTC is that if you tell them to be 6 feet apart, they're going to be 6 feet apart. But it would start with Dan Clark out there, Sergeant Major Oswald, and Tom. They did such a nice job, and I think it was the kind of event that people would go to even if it weren't on a socially distanced event. It's actually in keeping. They do an event every year, and that was, even though it was our Veterans Day program, it was also the Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah.
And that's something they do every year over at Lynn English High School, and do such a great job. They do it on the 10th, which is the Marine Corps birthday, and they were able to kind of put both of them together this year for us. And I don't think other cities and towns, I think we're talking to my colleagues at other cities and towns, we're very lucky to have them to do that for us. And I think we're going to have, before the program airs, Lynn Community Television, you guys have been just incredible helping us. We're going to have some remarks from the state officials and stuff. But I think that the core of it is this tribute, this great tribute to our veterans, and I was proud to be a part of it, even just in there, getting out of their way and letting them do it.
And one thing that I know you'll probably are kind of sad to not see happen is the acknowledgement of the vets that are living in the city of Lynn that you guys usually acknowledge, that come to the service and they get acknowledgement. They have their families with them. That's something I know a lot of people like to, show their appreciation to those vets that are still around, and they won't be able to get a chance to see them, but still they'll be able to recognize them. But just them coming there, some are older, and some, they may have some difficulties just moving around, but they still are able to show up to the service and get acknowledged by the audience. That's one of the great things about the veteran service.
Yeah, thank you. We're really proud of that. And I think, but with that, what we're going to do this year is try to do that in sort of a virtual way. So what we're hoping to, we're going to, and I'm happy to announce, and I'm hoping we can push this out through community television, other sources. If people were to send us through Facebook, through our Facebook page, send us a picture of their loved one with their rank and name, we can put it out there for them so that they can be recognized, at least virtually for this year. And I think you're right. It's still, with all this, even with COVID, I think it presents a lot of challenges, but we still have to make sure that we honor those who served. And I think that with that in mind, that's what the idea with that. So I'm hoping that people will see that coming up. It will be in the paper, and hopefully we'll put it out. I mean, we'll put it out on Lynn Community Television. So people just go to facebook.com and our webpage on our page on Facebook, and just send us a message with their family's level and pictures, and we'll put a nice display up for them so they can be honored on Veterans Day.
Do you have a rundown of how the program will be going on November 11th?
Well, they started off doing they started off with remarks on Veterans Day and on the history of Veterans Day, and then there's music, and obviously the national anthem was sung by Dan Clark. As they went through, there were a couple different songs. He's some musical selections from Dan Clark. Also at the end, which I think is very, I love the tradition of it. The Marine Corps, what they do is every year they have a birthday cake for the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps cake, the birthday cake goes to the oldest and the youngest Marine. And Sergeant Major Oswald got the cake for being the oldest Marine there that day. But they actually gave it, and I know you were there, they gave it to three seniors at Lynn English High School who are going to join the Marine Corps after graduation. So I think that was a real great way to end the ceremony. But again, they were able to put the Veterans Day program in there and remember the Marine Corps birthday. And I think it was about 35 minutes. I mean, you might know exactly.
Around there, like 35.
Yeah, it was a concise program, good to, and it won't take, and I think it's something that people really would love to see, that, and keep, along with, again, we're going to be pushing the ability for people to honor their loved ones on through, and we'll do that through our Facebook page. Yeah. So anyone who wants to check that out.
Yeah, talk about that. So they, if they want to honor their loved ones, do they send you the information through the Facebook page, or could they contact you?
Yeah, through our Facebook page. And I'm hoping if I can give you the have it written out. It's facebook.com/Lynn Twomsky. So what we do is we run both offices. So what we'll do is people just send us the name of their loved one with their rank, and we'll put it in a nice little display for them to have it be up there for Veterans Day so their families can see it. And again, to your point, that was one of the things I really love about Veterans Day here, is that we get the veterans to come up on stage to say who, to be acknowledged, and we haven't forgotten about that. And and while COVID prevents us from being in person, we wanted to do the next best thing, make sure that these men and women are honored.
Yeah, and the veteran service is next Wednesday. What, do we have a time for that?
Well, I think that it's going to be broadcast on Veterans Day. As you know, Veterans Day is usually we usually mark Veterans Day at 11 a.m. and that's because the history of it is it's the 11th hour, the 11th day that was when the armistice that ended World War I. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure we hit it on that at that time, and that'll be something I'm sure. And I know again, I can't thank you enough for your help and for Lynn Community Television for making sure we can get this out to everybody, because again, people it's hard. These are times when not everyone's able to get out and get out in public as much, especially with Lynn being a little bit people are kind of afraid to get out sometimes, understandably, especially some of our older veterans have health issues and preclude them from doing a lot of big events, and we want to make sure that they know that they're being remembered. They can watch this and see this incredible program that frankly most people don't get to go to every year, even though it's a full house over at Lynn English. Most of the city veterans don't get to go, so you're getting a window into that. And these the kids from Sergeant Major Oswald, the kids they train over there for the cadets, they're nationally award winners. I mean, they go to Florida every year. They come in, they place, they win every year. And I think it's something that's some of the best our city has to offer. So it's great to see those kids get a moment in the spotlight as well.
Yeah, definitely. And if people want to help the veteran service with anything at all, just could you let them know how they could possibly help the veteran service?
Yeah, well, they could contact us through our Facebook page. Also, I think a lot of it is we're right now obviously we can't do a lot in person, but I think what we're looking to do down the road is the same thing we've done in the past. Is we always could use help for events and having people come out and welcome people to our events. Depending on what they can do. Usually, if you want to volunteer, we can find something for you to do that's consistent with what you're able to do. And I think that's because again, I think it's about bringing people together. Every Memorial Day, as mention what we normally do on Veterans Day is we have that event in City Hall and the auditorium where people come down and they come up on stage and they say who they are, where they served, and their families are there to watch. It's one of the most poignant, beautiful things we have to do. That's why this job's kind of fun. You get to see that stuff. And then on Memorial Day, we do great events. We do a big thing down in the Sunken Gardens where we put up, we have a field of flags and we have a ceremony down there.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the people do want to help out, those events are just incredible because we don't really need you to, everyone down there doesn't have to do heavy lifting. Come on down there, pass out a flyer, do it, just to help people, let people sit down, tell people what's going on. But the more the better. And we're really looking to bring our veterans and their families together. And I think the families are key on that too. We want to make sure that the families know that they have a place too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we run out of time here, but the Veteran Service is on November 11th. And one more time, let them know, for those that want to acknowledge their family members who served, please let them know where to go for that.
Sure, it's on Facebook.com/Lynn Swampscott Vets. So what they do, just let us know name, rank, and what town, from your town and a contact if you want us to. But basically, it's just going to be, and then you can check it out, and we'll have a picture of your loved one up there with their name and rank and what town they're from, and we'll be able to push that out. And hopefully that's something we can do every year, even when we get back into doing the events at City Hall. And I think that's one of the things I think we're kind of like, they say necessity is a mother of invention, and maybe we're learning to do some of these things a little better because some people, no matter where we put these events, physically they're unable to get down to them. And so anything we can do to bridge that divide is something we're thrilled to do. And again, especially these events, I want to thank, if I could close, not only the mayor, but the health department, Michelle Dismaris and Rich Avery from the city, just and community development, to really just make sure this thing happened. It really, along with Sergeant Major Oswald, that's just a real proud to be a part of it.
All right. Mr. Sweeney, thank you very much once again for joining me, and we'll definitely talk to you again real soon.
Sounds great. And thanks again for you. Thank you so much for being there and doing all the work to get that done with us.
No, not a problem. You guys have been watching the Lynn Lowdown. I'm your host, Mikhail Kabongo. Have a great day.